So your ex left you because you have no idea how to satisfy a girl long term. But the thing most people don't tell you is that the reason why she has left you has actually nothing to do with what you did for her, but everything to do with what she couldn't feel around you. Because once you learn how to trigger emotional loyalty in a woman, she actually will never think of leaving ever again. I've known my girl for 2 years now, and I feel fortunate enough to have a loving and strong relationship with her all this while. But it wasn't always like this. So I want to share with you 3 maybe underrated lessons I've learned so far in my relationship that kept our bond secure and amazing till this day. And I do recommend you to take notes, because implementing even one of these 3 pieces of the puzzle could potentially save you thousands of dollars from ending up in a divorce courtroom. So the first lesson is, know how to cry correctly. The difference between you and the person that has dated his girl for 5 years is literally his emotional intelligence. When I started to date my first real girlfriend, I used to have a lot of anxiety. I'd be constantly scared on why she wouldn't reply to me, and I would analyze every single little thing that she would do or wouldn't do. And one day I had enough. I had so much anxiety and stress built up inside of me that I just decided to pour all my feelings onto her. We have been dating 8 months already, but then a week after that event, she decided to break things off with me, that we should just be friends. For 2 years after that, with all the girls I've dated, I was ruthless, stoic, and emotionally unavailable. And surprise, surprise, I could never build any healthy relationship with any of those girls. But then everything has changed. Few months down the line after that, I happened to meet a girl, and that girl happens to be my current girlfriend that I'm dating right now. And bless her, I've slowly learned how to be emotionally available and being much more in tune with my own emotional intelligence. You see, emotional intelligence might not be very useful in the initial stages of dating, but it will become a cornerstone of what will make or break the relationship further down the line. This is really important to understand, because so many men think that being emotionally unavailable is the way to get girls nowadays. Well, I'm not denying it. Being emotionally unavailable, distant, and cold has gotten me more girls in terms of numbers than I ever could dream of. But it has never once helped me keep a girlfriend. At least not in a loving, healthy way. But especially as men, we need to be able to know how to clearly articulate our feelings. It took me 4 years to realize that the reason why those first couple of girlfriends left me was because they actually lost respect towards me. But it wasn't because of my tears that they lost respect towards me, but because of my inability to regulate my emotions. I mean, imagine a bowl of soup. If you put too much salt into the soup becomes absolutely repulsive, right? And this is the same thing that we guys do when we pour all our feelings onto our girl. It becomes repulsive. But the opposite is also true as well. If I put too little salt on the soup, suddenly the experience of the soup becomes flavorless. Bro. And this is the same thing that happens to relationships when we are too stoic or emotionally unavailable or cold. So in cooking, what we should do instead is to know how to put the proper amount of salt and seasoning to each ingredient and each dish. Lesson 2. In order to have a good relationship with a woman, you need to have a good relationship with your ego. Believe it or not, ego is the #1 destroyer in relationships and marriages. But the opposite is also true. A couple who has a great relationship with their own ego can reach great heights in healthy relationships. But most people will never get there. Why? Because it feels more satisfying being right than fixing the problem. You see, ego hinders our ability to be able to put ourselves in the shoes of our partner. When you think about it, it's because of ego that we let resentment build in our hearts years and years down in the relationship. A managed ego allows for constructive communication. A managed ego leaves room for vulnerability. A proper management of ego will shift the focus from self-preservation to understanding and solving the problem together. Now, how do we have a good relationship with ego? All over internet, there's just tons of solutions. But one of them that I came across that was my favorite solution is from online psychologist Dr. K. And what I've learned from him is that the biggest thing you can do to have a good relationship with your ego is to simply notice the ego when it's at play. This means notice whenever you use I statements or comparative statements. Statements like, I suck, I'm ugly, I'm the best. Or comparative statements like, oh, look at them. Oh, look at their picture from Instagram. They're so beautiful. Look at me. I'm so fucking ugly. And the second step after noticing when the ego is at play is to simply take a step back and have compassion towards yourself. Whenever you mess up in life or whenever you feel like comparing, instead of being overly harsh to yourself, can you develop the ability to take a step back and show compassion towards your own self? And again, do these 2 steps over and over again every single day, and you will be surprised how much awareness you build towards your own ego. If you stayed all this while, I am glad, because none of these 2 things will be complete without the next lesson. 3. Constantly be on your path to your purpose. I don't know if you can relate to this, but whenever I get into a relationship, for some reason, I don't hit the gym as hard as I used to. I don't grind as much as I used to. Look at even married men, 5 years down the line, 10 years after getting married. Look at the dad bod. It's also because of age, but a lot of men tend to just slack off. after getting married or after getting settled. Many of us men get into self-improvement because of heartbreak, because of girls in the first place. You want to get girls, it's normal. But after getting the girl, what comes next? Like, what's the point of self-improvement once we get the girl and be settled? But this is where purpose comes in. We need to find something greater than ourselves. This is why one of the best things you can do is to be consistent no matter how long you've been with your girl, and to keep reminding yourself of the why. Why is this purpose important? Why is your life important? Gentlemen, after watching this 20-minute video, you now feel fulfilled. You have completed the 3 pieces of the puzzle, but the reality is, your life has not changed, and you know it. If you want to take your relationship seriously, then please book a call with me. I have a free discovery call waiting for you in the description below, and book an appointment with me so that I can help you find meaning and fulfillment in your love life. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.